Hey everybody, it's Luca from Rackets and Runners. So we're not going to have a full review this week. It's going to be a bit of a different video. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, or just generally follow the kind of pickleball reviewers, either on YouTube or on Instagram, you'll know that there was a pretty special event last weekend. Doug from Bread and Butter Pickleball basically hosted everyone from the pickleball review scene for a tournament in Vero Beach, Florida, where Bread and Butter have their headquarters. Now, before I get into anything else, I just want to say from the very bottom of my heart, thank you so much to Doug and the whole Bread and Butter team. And it's not even just a thank you for bringing everybody out there. Of course, that was absolutely amazing, but it was more the way that Doug planned out this weekend, planned out the tournament. There was just something so laid back. I don't know, for somebody who hadn't ever met any of these people, like a lot of these reviewers had met before, I just felt so incredibly welcomed. It was such a laid-back atmosphere, and yeah, it was a heck of a lot of fun. The tournament, obviously, everybody wanted to win, but you know, there wasn't any sort of pretentiousness or like overly competitive attitude to like take away from the fun element. And yeah, it was just an absolute pleasure meeting everybody. I think Doug deserves a ton of respect for putting it together, and also just the way it all came together. I think, yeah, it was just absolutely perfect. So Doug, you know, thank you from the very bottom of my heart. Now, I wanted to make a video out of this experience, and I thought, you know, as a review channel, one thing that would be kind of cool was trying to ask everyone what paddle they were using, what customization they were making to it, and why they picked that paddle. Now, I wasn't able to ask everybody there. There were like 30 people there, and once the tournament started, it was kind of hectic. But yeah, I asked a bunch of people what paddles they used, so we're gonna run through all that. The other thing I gotta address is if any of you followed the tournament, you may have heard that my partner and I won a trophy. This trophy, unfortunately, that is the toilet bowl trophy. Here, I'll show you a little bit closer, which denotes the loser of the entire tournament. Yep, we got last place. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. But yeah, now we're gonna go through and see what everybody was using.
What's up? This Pickleball Will here with the OG filth. Well, not the OG, the new filth. And I got some tungsten tape. I don't know how much. Some here on the corners right here. I haven't decided if I like it or not. Might change later.
So I'm Steven Mihangos from Pickleheads. I chose the Fat Boy, and I actually have no tape. I'm raw dogging it. Everyone's kind of made fun of me for that, but I like the speed, so that's why I chose it.
Braided Unsicker Pickleball Effect. Nerdy Tourney, everyone's playing Bread and Butters. I'm playing the Invader. It's their best paddle, and it's actually a little embarrassing for anybody here that's not playing with the Invader, and it makes me question their ability to review paddles. But you know, we're playing good, it's fun. I'm glad to be here. I just threw a cap coin at the bottom. I threw 6 grams. I didn't think it needed any stabilization. Just make it a little faster, and that did the trick.
I just wanted to chime in really quick. He's playing with an Invader, but he's in the toilet bowl round. So what does that say? You know what I'm saying?
What are you playing, Chris?
The Psycho.
Oh, he's
Not an Invader. That's for sure.
just playing with the paddle. It's not even, he's never hit before.
That's right. That's right.
But you won.
Yeah, I'm moving on.
Maybe he's onto something, but I doubt it.
All right, this is Chris Olson from Pickleball Studio, and I'm playing the Psycho because why would I play with a paddle that's already out when I could just go in blind, you know? And then I've got, I don't know, this is probably like 8 inches of Braden's tungsten tape. Yeah, this the stability was a lot better with the tungsten, but yeah, it's playing well. It's playing well.
All right, what's up? I'm Bobby from the Pickleball Blast. I am playing in the Bread and Butter Nerdy Tourney with the Invader from Bread and Butter. I picked this paddle. You know, I really love the Shogun. I like the polyester weave face, but I'm somebody who likes poppy paddles. This has a little more pop to it. I also prefer a hybrid shape over the elongated shape, so this really fit me and my game pretty well. As far as customization, I've got my Bodhi tacky grip on here, and then I've got weight on the 3 and 9 o'clock. I've got 3 grams on each side. Yeah, that's the setup.
Hi, my name is Matt Lee. I'm an ambassador for B&B Pickleball, not a YouTuber. Oh shoot. Here I'm using the Gold Invader. I took out the stock grip and then put a B&B slice cap. Then I just put 2 of their new overgrips on.
What's up, guys? I'm Pickleball Pursuit. I'm here at the Nerdy Tourney. I chose to play with the Bread and Butter Invader, the Gold Birthday Bash Edition. I did 6 grams of tungsten tape, starting at the throat of the paddle all the way up the sides on each side. And I did have a flick weight on the bottom, but I didn't really care for it, so I took it off. But that's really it. It was like 119 swing weight, 7.8 twist weight. It's pretty, kind of a beefy setup, but I liked it. Played well. Invader's very predictable. It's a little, it can be soft at times, but when you need a little bit more pace on drives and counters, it kind of gives you that back. But it's not really something that's super challenging to control, like, you know, power paddles. So that was the best bread and butter paddle in my opinion currently. But see what the wild thing does.
All right, Wednesday Adams, aka Right Side Will, from Los Angeles, California. I'm playing with the Wild Thing. I picked this up from the hotel room in the goodie bag, and it was a little light at first, but I added some weight, some little pads on the side. Not sure what the weight is at right now, but it feels great. Nice, crisp response.
Hey, I'm Matt from Matt's Pickleball, and I'm here at the Nerdy Tourney hosted by Bread and Butter. I chose the Shogun, and I played all of the Bread and Butter paddles over the last couple weeks, and the Shogun is the one that chose me, so to speak. I did mod it a little bit. I added about 0.5 of a gram of tungsten from here to here. I don't know how long that is. Just to improve the size of the sweet spot and control a little bit. I like the elongated shape, and I like the extra reach. Sweet spot's decent, good paddle overall, and it looks cool.
Hey, my name's JJ Gresco, and this week I'm using the new Wild Thing, which is an elongated paddle. I believe it's a version of the Shogun. When I got here, it was in our goodie bag, and I fell in love with it, so I'm going to use it with Kyle playing this week. Yeah, I added 2.5 grams on each side of the paddle using Braden's Pickleball Effect tungsten tape.
Justin Barton, Pickleball, etc. I'm playing with the Psycho, of course. I got a little weight on mine. I add about 4 grams at the bottom corners and 2 grams at the top corners.
I'm John from Speak Pickleball. Using the Fat Boy. I have 6 grams on each side, just going through the sides.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Rafa, Pickleball Tech Dude. Today, I'm tearing up the Nerdy Tourney with the Fat Boy Birthday Gold Edition modification. I've got 3 grams of Bodhi tungsten tape on the top, and then I've got 2 overgrips here on the bottom, tacky, with a Trigger Grip Pro.
Guys, I'm David from Tickle My Pickleball. I picked the Shogun, so I'm a big fan of elongated paddles. I'm an extended player. Customization, I'm doing 3 grams on the bottom, 8 and 4 down to the throat of Pickleball Effect tuning tape, shout out to him, and then just some electrical tape over that, and then 1 overgrip from everybody.
What's up, everybody? It's Doug at B&B Pickleball. And Rackets and Runners wanted to know what paddle I currently use, and right now I'm actually hitting the standard Filth. Before that, I was hitting the Invader. Before that, I was with the Fat Boy, and before that, I was with the Shogun. But right now, I'm with the standard Filth, soft, kind of like me. I'm kind of loving it. I didn't say this, but I was hitting the hybrid a little bit too, and on that, I was adding just a little bit of weight at the throat. 3 grams on each side. Thank you, Doug. Not that it helps.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Brian with Building Pickleball. And the paddle that I chose was the Bread and Butter 60mm Filth. I used that previously for a while. I actually used that paddle for probably like 6 months. And after that, I tried the Shogun, tried the Fat Boy, the Loco, and yeah, the 60mm just felt more natural for me. If I customize it, I put it along the perimeter, along the horizontal side, like, where did I put it? I guess that's like 4 o'clock. Yeah, put it around the 4 o'clock, right above, before it gets, before the edge. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so I wanted to end with Brian because I wanted to give him a special shout out and really a thank you for kind of dealing with me as a partner. He was my partner, and you know, like I said earlier, we got last in the tournament. Not his fault one bit. I definitely showed up to this tournament a little bit out of my depth for sure. Those of you who watch my videos know that I mainly play singles. Now I can dink, I can drop, I can do all these things, and I have played doubles matches where I thought I was competitive at, yeah, a 4.0 level, which is what I said I was for this tournament, but I showed up and it was really the flow of a doubles game that kind of caught me off guard. Like you really never miss a dink. You never hit a pop-up. And if you do, you're punished, and you need to know how to react to that situation right away. And yeah, I just didn't have the skills necessary to deal with all those situations. So yeah, huge shout out to Brian, who had to deal with my lower quality doubles play. You know, I really want to play more doubles. I think that it was a ton of fun, actually, like watching everybody, seeing how good everybody was. It makes me want to get better at doubles so I can show up, and if they do host this next year, be a lot better. I think I can be. I think I just need a ton of practice. So I'm going to do a lot of that this summer, I think. Now, I also wanted to talk about the paddle that I used for this tournament, because one of the issues I had training for this was that we were very low at Rackets and Runners on bread and butter inventory. All we had was the Invader. I've never been the biggest fan of PET electroplated fiber, you know, top sheets. So I didn't love that paddle, and my idea was that I wanted to play with the filth, but we didn't have any filths. Lucky for me, Aurora at Bread and Butter gave me a filth, so I was able to play with this. This is the brand new filth, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit. To be honest, not much has changed. I think it's mainly just a graphic change, but the filth is a fantastic paddle in its own right. It's a kind of a classic Gen 2 thermoform paddle, and what you get with a paddle like this is a really solid, consistent feel. It's a little bit softer and less powerful than, well, I don't know if softer is the right word, but less powerful than a lot of the power paddles we have today, because it doesn't really have a spring effect. It's just really solid and consistent, and that's what I thought I needed for doubles. So yeah, super excited about these new filths. They're also coming out with different shapes. They have a hybrid shape filth, which is going to be, I think, super popular. I hit with that paddle a little bit at the tournament, and yeah, it's pretty much what you would expect in terms of a hybrid shape Gen 2 thermoform paddle. Now, I did just want to talk about another paddle that I played with at the tournament, the Wild Thing. This is actually the same shape as the Shogun, so a little bit different to the filth shape. Comes down a little bit lower and almost flares out at the bottom there. It has a really nice kind of thwack on contact that punches the ball pretty deep. Now, I was playing with this the day before the tournament, and I really enjoyed it, but because it had a bit more power and we were playing with Vulcan balls, which are more powerful than the balls that I'm used to, I wanted to go for something a little bit more controlled. But this paddle has a ton of potential. I think it does need a little bit of lead tape to kind of stabilize it and make it more consistent and a little bit softer in the touch game, because it is really, really poppy. But if they do decide to release this, which I really think that Bread and Butter should, because it's a great paddle, I think it's going to be super popular. It's definitely more of a power paddle than a control paddle, but not quite to the extreme of like these really launchy foam power paddles. So I really, really enjoyed this thing. I also hit with the Psycho a little bit. Great paddle as well. It's super quick because it is shorter and it's a 14mm paddle. Yeah, just a great lineup of paddles that we got to test there. It is kind of cool going back to non-foam springy paddles for a little bit. It did take me a second to get used to that feel, but yeah, no, Bread and Butter's got a great lineup right now. But anyways, I just wanted to finish up by saying, again, a massive, massive thank you to Doug. It was awesome getting to meet everyone, and the circumstances in which it happened were equally awesome. So just a super, super cool trip. I hope it can happen again next year. And yeah, one last time from the whole Rackets and Runners community, thank you, Bread and Butter.